Daily News.
Oh my God, another Metal Daily News. How's everybody doing? Sean Peck here, March 1st, 2022. A lot going on, and I'm going to bring it to you right now. In the great news department, San Francisco Bay Area metalers, legends in my opinion, Testament have announced the return of drummer Dave Lombardo, my absolute favorite, number one drummer of all fucking time. Original member of thrash metal legend Slayer, no shit. Lombardo was the guest drummer on Testament's 1999 studio album, The Gathering, which also marked the first time the band worked with then up-and-coming British producer Andy Sneap, which was just added as the fifth guitar player to Judas Priest. Can't believe he got that gig. The Gathering is what Andy Sneap did, widely considered to be an improvement over 1997's Demonic, an album that saw Chuck Billy employ a more guttural style of vocals, and when released was at a time when thrash acts like Testament had fallen out of favor. Dave Lombardo in Testament, to me, he's just the best. So that is fucking killer news. In the Who Cares department, Shinedown has released a new music video. Crickets. Staring down the barrel of a 45. Staring down the barrel of a 45. I think that's a song they sing. It's the only one I know. In the Trust Me, Sean Knows What's Cool department, Kirk Hammet will launch a comic book series in coordination of AMC Networks, announcing AMC Networks publishing a book publishing arm that will establish up-and-coming talent, developing, producing, selling fan-focused specialty books, comics, and original graphic novels. Comic books. Metallica? Comic books are fucking cool. For you people that don't have any imagination, and there's a lot of you, I'm in bands with some people like that. Try picking up a comic book. There's pictures. You can read and look at pictures. You will find that your imagination might be stimulated. Whenever I argue with people about comic books and like, it's all the same, like, I go to see movies that people actually watch. Okay, Academy Awards. Anyways, Kirk Hammet's in the comic book game. We will see how that comes out. Okay, Queensryche drummer Scott Rockenfield blasts subcontractor Todd LaTorre and calls out Jeff Tate for crazy statements. Earlier today, Rockenfield took to his personal Facebook page to write, just a little bit for clarity here. Subject, Todd LaTorre, subcontractor, Queensryche. Topic, for the record, let it be known that any and all opinions, viewpoints, statements, and or comments that continue to be presented by Mr. LaTorre, whether it be past, present, and or future, are in no way to be considered as representing the expressed beliefs, opinions, and viewpoints of any Queensryche brands, trademarks, and or various Queensryche corporations that have been in place for over 40 years, period. Okay, before we go on with this amazing band drama, when I'm going to go see Queensryche open for Judas Priest in a couple weeks, I'm in the pit. I'm going to be listening to them do Queen of the Reich. I'm not giving a shit what the Queensryche corporation fucking represents. That's Queensryche. They're up on the stage performing. Us fans don't give a shit about the bands, brands, trademarks, corporation. Just because you're a shareholder of the Queensryche Corporation doesn't mean fucking shit, because the Queensryche band is up there blasting it. And that's all that us music people give a fuck about. Let's move on. So, I love band drama. You guys know that. And this is fucking sweet and juicy. So, pretty sure Scott didn't leave. This is what Tate first said. Pretty sure Scott didn't leave Queensryche on his own accord. I can tell you there's lawsuits involved. I know that. And he's in a kind of really dark place. And I hope he gets some help, because he's really unraveled, in my opinion. It's too bad. He's an incredibly talented drummer. Unfortunately, he was never happy with that. It just wasn't good enough for him. That was Tate talking. Then Rockenfield came back and said, "Oh, wow, how incredibly interesting. And most of you already figured this out. But being that I've not seen, spoken to, or communicated with Tate in over 10 years, those seem to be pretty bold statements to be making about someone. That someone being me, ouchie, as if spitting wasn't enough." I think he's referring to when Tate spit on Rockenfield on stage. Let's see. One would think that even just a slightly educated person should know that making such crazy statements about somebody is probably a bit of a no-no. And don't get me wrong, I'm still smiling. Could all be an exciting gift in disguise from the universe, right? That is like a backhanded implication that, like, I could sue him for slander. Scott Rockenfield, good fucking luck with that. That has zero fucking chance. Trust me, I know legal shit. Don't ask me how. And nonetheless, said former singer, dude just might want to take a step back and possibly reconsider those statements. Other than that, I suppose all I can say is I hope dude Tate gets the help he needs. You know it's going bad when you're saying each person needs fucking mental help. But, you know, you haven't talked to Tate in 10 years. That kind of says that you can't call him and go, dude, what's up? I talked to all my fucking ex-band members, and there's lots of them. In February 21, LaTorre was asked on the appearance of Eddie Trunk about Scott, and he said, not status with the group. And LaTorre said, not to my knowledge. I can tell you took paternity leave, saying he'd be gone for 6 months. That was 4 years ago. Casey shows up every day. He shows up to songwrite. He shows up to record. If needed, he shows up to live gigs. That's all I can tell you. I haven't communicated with Scott in years, so I have no idea what he's up to. I couldn't even tell you. So yeah, we're not quite sure what statements Rockenfield is referring to that LaTorre made, but we know the Tate ones. You know, LaTorre is going up there and fucking killing it every night with Queensryche, and he's carrying the Queensryche flag, and nobody knows what Scott Rockenfield's doing. And, you know, obviously they're living inside your head, Scott, because you're making fucking Facebook posts about what the fucking QR Corporation thinks, and no one gives a fuck about the QR Corporation. That being said, Queensryche, please put at least 2 or 3 fast songs on the new album, and that will make me happy. And finally, in the worst band name ever category, Frontiers Music will release Different Worlds, the debut from the band Skills, Skills. Skills. Before this, the worst band name I'd ever heard was, the band name was A Lot Like Birds. That was the actual name of the band. But Skills, I think, might be the new title holder. And it's got Brad Gillis from Night Ranger and Ozzy, Billy Sheehan, goes without saying, David Huff from Giant, vocalist Renan Zonta from Electric Mob. Okay, I listened to the song, soft AOR, singer, really good voice, but the singer's got those fucking ear loops. He worked on these ear loops to develop. He wants to be the king ear loop guy, and those ear loops are so fucking distracting. I couldn't get into the song because the ear fucking loops were killing me. So Skills, good luck. Not quite sure who came up with the name, but finding a good band name these days is not hard. Remember, Ball Gag and Sticky Lifter are still available. Sean Peck signing off. Get the new Death Dealer EP. It's fucking ripping. It's not on Spotify. And remember, if you order it, you get 2 free cover tracks that are still a secret. In the meantime, hit it!